guys, this is Desert Wave. I'm Erica.
I'm Jess.
I'm Edgardo.
I'm Yattsi.
And today we're going to be discussing the Arizona State Fair concert series, which recently just had DNCE as one of its headliners.
The group DNCE is composed of former Jonas Brother frontman Joe Jonas and his former touring bandmates, guitarist Jinju Lee, drummer Jack Lawless, and ex-Semi-Precious Weapons bass player Cole Whittle. The group formed in the summer of 2015, eventually signing with Republic Records as a funk pop dance rock band. Their debut single, Cake by the Ocean, peaked number 9 on the Billboard Hot 100.
On October 8, 2017, Erica, Jessica, Yattsi, and I attended the Arizona State Fair's 2017 Veterans Memorial Coliseum concert series opening weekend featuring DNCE. So upon arriving to the Coliseum, we experienced a couple of bumps in the road. We were bombarded by people trying to sell us fake wristbands, fake tickets to the concert, and there was this one situation where it was this man who was trying to sell us bottled water for $1. I'll probably always remember that. And he just kept talking to us, and the light would not turn green for us. And he just talked about all these crazy situations about how the fair was taking people's money, how we should be like buying his bottled water, and it was like he was showing his sons how like the world works and all this kind of stuff, and it was really weird. I was trying not to be freaked out, but at the same time I was just like, just keep talking to him so that way he doesn't bother anybody else. And then Erica almost died by almost getting hit by a bus, should I say. But luckily Jessica saved her life, so we did not lose one of our members during this experience.
Thanks to Jess.
It was very scary, honestly.
Okay, so after almost dying by getting hit by a bus, thanks Jess for saving me after that, we enter the venue. It was a smooth entrance. There was no hassle, no problem. So we got free admission to the fair because of the concert series, so that was pretty cool. We get inside and it was just like insane mayhem of food and shops, and there was also ponies. They were attached to like a circle and children were riding them. It was pretty insane. I've never seen ponies at a fair, to be honest, so this was new to me, and this was also my first time attending, but I was really excited, and there were so many different things happening at once, and the rides were absolutely insane, so everything in that fair was mesmerizing, to say the least. Alright, so one thing we have to discuss is the food. Before we even got into the concert, the options of food that we had,
Oh my god.
wow.
There were so many. Like, the first thing I saw was like fried Twinkies. I was like, whoa.
The fried Twinkies, the fried Oreos.
The French fries with the cheese that look like a cube.
Oh my god.
Yes.
They were,
Yeah,
oh my
that-
god.
It had to be like a pound of food
Yeah,
on that girl's
so
plate.
much.
So many.
It was, I had to stop a girl and ask her, hey, what is on your plate? Because that looks insane.
I just want to know if she's okay right now.
Yeah, I hope she made it out alive after that. Yattsi actually had one of the most interesting food experiences out of all of us here.
One was interesting, the other one was just upsetting. I went to go get a hot dog, and I was imagining this hot dog. It was gonna be grilled. It looked like it was like southern. I was just so excited for my hot dog. Well, I got my hot dog. It was boiled, so that shouldn't even be a thing. And the bun was cold. Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure Sam's Club or Costco has better hot dogs. So I was so upset at my $7 purchase. But other than that, I actually got a fried Snicker bar, which I know
That was so
yeah,
good.
It is
That
the
looked
most
crazy bomb.
amazing thing in the
That was
world.
my first time trying it. Oh my
Yeah.
god,
It
was
looked like a
life-changing.
corn dog, but it wasn't.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. A lot of people were like, was that a corn dog? I was like, no, it's a fried Snicker bar. It's so good.
It's corn dog with
Right.
powder on it.
Yeah, a corn dog with powdered sugar. No, but it was amazing because you bite into it, it's like all melted. And it's amazing. That was my interesting one about that.
She's traumatized.
Traumatized worse than the bus situation.
Another awesome food item that we encountered, Jess and I we got these spiraled like potato.
They were like, I don't even, like
It was on
tornadoes.
yeah, it was like a spiraled potato chip / French fry, like on a skewer.
They were like so good, but I don't know, they were a little too like salty.
It was insanely
Like,
salty.
I just couldn't, oh my god, like, oh, it was so bad.
So Jess and I both got the same style of potato, and we got it with like seasoned salt. It was just an overpowering amount of salt to the point where like you would like cringe up from the salt on the actual potato spirals.
I was so nervous to get it. I even told Yattsi, I was like, oh, I hope it's not too salty. So I kind of just jinxed us, so it was pretty bad.
Yeah, there were other options that we could have gone with, but it just seemed right to just get the simple classic salt. Like, you can't go wrong with salt on a potato. I got cheese though, which surprisingly helped mild out the saltiness from it.
It was really good. I should have got the cheese.
The cheese was good though. Definitely would recommend that. It was insane. And the skewer was like half of Jess's body.
I know. It was like, wow, it covered half my face too.
And Edgardo. Man.
Lemonade.
My lemonade or my turkey leg that I didn't get? So every time I go to the fair, I always get a turkey leg. But I don't know why. I was struggling at getting this turkey leg. And now looking back on our adventure, I really do regret not getting my turkey leg. And I could have gotten it wrapped in bacon.
Oh, go wrong with bacon.
Yeah, bacon.
Anything with bacon is...
It's a heart attack, but so
my
good.
God.
Yes.
Man, those turkey legs were huge though.
They
They
were.
were like, oh my god, they're like the size of my foot, honestly. Like, if you like look at it.
But I did get a lemonade, and it was pretty bomb.
Oh my god, I also got funnel cake, and it
Yes.
was the best thing ever. It was like, it had powder on it, and then it had all the strawberries were so cold. They were like ice kind of, and I don't know, I just really liked the texture with it, and it was just so good. It was bomb.
Yeah, that funnel cake was really good.
So the food was great, but arriving at the actual venue was definitely interesting just because I think we were expecting there was going to be a lot of people, but then once they started scanning our tickets, we started to see it was very empty. I mean, we were 30 minutes early, but still we thought it was going to be packed. So they were kind of relaxed. They weren't really like, the people scanning the tickets were pretty calm because usually at a concert they're just trying to rush everyone in.
Yeah, the dynamic was definitely different than anything else I've ever been to. Like, I've never seen the people who scan the tickets like sit against the wall and be like, oh hey guys, what's up? Like,
Yeah.
Like, I also expected like music to kind of be playing, because
Yeah.
usually that's
It was
what, like,
also really
people talk
dark.
about. Yeah.
Yes.
Like, the lighting was not...
Yeah, it was definitely very lonely. And then when we walked in, like, we saw the whole venue was practically empty.
oh man,
Oh.
that
Yeah.
it was kind of devastating to say the least. Like, I've never seen a venue that empty before. Like, we were able to just sit anywhere we wanted if we had the possibility to move somewhere else. We could have done that easily because it was that empty inside that venue.
Yeah, it was definitely very lonely, and I think, I don't know, we all kind of thought about moving to other seats just because there was so many options.
Yeah.
The sides were empty. The front of us, like so we were sat in the middle. There were two sections on the side of us, and then there was like an entire, like 10 rows before us, like another section. And there were like empty seats, and we easily could have like dispersed and just sat in the front if we wanted to.
Like, I was just so surprised because it said that they sold out, and so I thought,
Did it?
yeah, it sold out. A lot of people were like, oh, I'm going, so I was like, okay, there's gonna be a lot of people.
Yeah.
But there wasn't, so I was very confused just a little bit. I'm like, it's Joe Jonas, so.
Yeah.
I honestly thought that like more people would come out just for the simple fact that they have a couple bops and like their songs were like pretty well known. But I thought like the hype would have been way higher than what we saw inside that venue. It was definitely unexpected.
I was nervous for them. Like, I was scared for their reaction when you walk up on stage and you just see all these lights and all these fans, but it was practically an empty venue.
I had a little like ounce of doubt where I was like, oh man, like it's not like people aren't here, like nobody's gonna actually come on stage and like perform. I just got like this feeling of they don't want to see this. Like, this is kind of, to say the least, like not pleasant to look at,
Yeah.
you know?
I thought either they weren't going to show up or they were going to start like maybe 30 to maybe an hour later.
Yeah.
That's what I was kind of aiming at, but they came out pretty on time.
Yeah, that's a
on
great
time.
thing, but it was just like,
Yeah.
it still wasn't even packed.
Yeah.
No,
By the
it
time
wasn't
they
even-
came
no.
on stage, it was definitely not that. All right, so let's break down the show, man.
That entrance.
That entrance was insane.
It was something
I-
I wasn't
magical, I
expecting
guess.
that.
I know. So the band comes out and they're all in lion mask and they're playing the Lion King Circle of Life, and they have flags that say Team DNCE, and they're waving it over the crowd, and it was crazy. Everybody was hyped.
It was a hype start.
It was like strobe lights everywhere, and
Yeah.
then Cole was like half naked with abs drawn on him.
Yes.
Everyone was definitely intrigued at that moment. It definitely got the crowd hyped and ready for the show to start. So that was a really good way to like get the crowd up and going for the music to be played.
And then they started with Naked.
Okay, yeah. So Naked was the first song off the set list. How did you guys feel about that?
I really liked it, honestly.
Yeah, it was a
like,
good song.
yeah.
I hadn't heard it before, but I think it was definitely a good song to open the concert with.
The only song I listened to by them is Cake by the Ocean. So I was kind of blind throughout this whole show. But with Naked, it was a good starter, and like everybody was pumped. So
I just want to talk about the vocals on that track.
Oh my gosh.
Because I was genuinely like impressed by like how they were holding their composure and like actually holding the notes throughout that. Like the register for them to sing was like pretty high. So I think it was really awesome like to just see them all like collaborate on those parts where it's like
I didn't know Joe Jonas could
intense.
hit those falsetto notes.
Yeah.
I was like, oh.
Joe Jonas
Have you now
See.
listened to the Jonas Brothers?
No, he
Not
can
a
definitely
lot.
sing. I mean, I knew he could sing, but I think just when you hear it live, that's when you can really truly know if an artist is actually a good singer or not.
No,
Yeah,
yeah.
like those
Yeah.
notes gave me chills, honestly. I was so
Yes.
shocked. Like I had to like look at you guys and you were like, oh my god.
No, I was shook. I was low-key shook. It was really great. Like, the background of the actual, like, band, like, they had, like, the stage set up with all these lights and, like, all these graphics that were moving with them. And I think it really played it helped make the ambiance connect with the song. Like, it was a really good overall production with that song. It was a great opener, both of those two.
And then they went from Naked to DNCE, which is
Yeah.
not just the name of their band, but it's also a song on their album.
So confused.
I was kind of...
I was like, what are they saying?
I was taken aback. I was like looking at Edgardo. I was like, I honestly don't know what's the title of the song. And he
And I
was
kept
like,
telling him, I was like, DNCE.
and I was like, yeah, I know that's the band name,
And
but
I'm like, it's called DNCE.
And then you hear them like actually like DNCE, and we're like, oh, like I got it now. But yeah, I was completely blind in that song. I didn't really listen to that, you know. So.
Yeah, I didn't really, like I told you, I listened to the album once, and that was it.
I gave it a couple listens. I also listened to their EP when it first released, and like the EP is really good. The album, there's a couple tracks that I'm not really fond of, but majority of it I do like though.
They didn't play like most of their songs, and I was like excited to hear like what was it called, Truthfully and like Almost.
Oh.
Yes,
Yeah.
I
totally.
didn't hear it, and I was
Yeah.
kind of a little bummed out. But I mean, it's
I felt
okay.
like, in my personal opinion, I thought they cut songs short just because of the crowd turnout.
Yeah.
That's how I was picturing it, because as they were like performing, I was following their set list online, because they had performed at like another fair, and they jumped from like one song, and then they skipped like a good 3 or 4 songs.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that. Oh my God.
I had expectations of hearing songs that I really enjoyed, and like I think that we all were like, oh, this is like a good one compared to like so and so on this track, and when they jumped from like songs that were their own and then did like a bunch of covers, I was kind of just like, like I wasn't really like there for that. Like I think it was cool that they put a spin onto it.
They
Like
did, I think.
4 or 5, maybe
Yeah.
at most 6 covers of songs in like a
they
medley.
did.
So they did like a couple 90s songs. They did TLC's No Scrub. I know they did David.
Wannabe.
They did Wannabe. They did David Bowie's Let's Dance.
They did some Kanye.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they
Oh,
did
they
do
did
Kanye.
Drake.
They did Drake as
Drake,
well.
yes.
They did White Stripes.
Oh yeah, they did
And then
Seven
Britney
Nation
Spears.
Army, and then Britney Spears.
Oh,
So
they
that was
did
7 covers, and like
I think those artists, I think they do covers because they know a lot of the audience doesn't know the lyrics to their songs. So I feel like they have to add those covers to get the crowd pumped. But I think the music itself was really good. Like the beat of
Yeah.
the music, it was like very fun. So I think maybe they should have definitely done less covers.
yeah, I understand like wanting to cater to people that don't know you, but at the same time, it's like you have an EP and you have this album. If you want to showcase and let people get pulled into your world of who you are as an artist, as a band, as a group, all that, you're gonna need to, I feel like just cutting back on the covers is beneficial just because people will get to see more of what you have to offer. Me personally, looking back at the entire show, there was more funk and pop than like the other slow ballads that I think people would have genuinely enjoyed.
Oh, yeah.
Like Truthfully is one of my personal favorites. I mean, a little bit goes back to like the whole Jonas Brothers day, like Jonas Brothers era for Joe. But like I feel like it just shows vocal range, it shows like instrumental ability.
Yeah.
Like I think if they would have presented more of their own, I think more people would have been like, oh wow, this is cool. But that's just my personal take on it.
I totally agree.
And then they kind of kept like a beat throughout the whole, like they didn't switch it up. Like you said, they didn't do anything kind of slow. Like they kind of started off with a bang and they kind of kept that beat going. Like they didn't there wasn't variety.
Yeah, that's something I really appreciate as well, because like their transitions to every song was kind of like spot on.
Yeah.
So it kind of
They
took
were,
it.
yeah.
There was one transition that it was bad because I think. Oh wait, the transition was that Joe got mad. He was irritated, not mad. He was irritated because the crowd wasn't really like jumping and giving him energy that he wanted.
And it's true,
so that was the only one.
Because I saw like some people sitting down.
Yeah.
And I was
Like the whole left section, everybody was sitting down, and then compared to the right section, that's the side you'd gravitate towards more because everybody was giving him the energy he wanted, and then I think that's what also really played into his stage presence, because I just felt, well, like I remember like seeing videos of him like live when he was in the Jonas Brothers, and you have like this massive crowd of people just like adoring you, singing back all the words to your songs, and then coming to this type of show and it's like not even like half full, and then just seeing like the reaction of people like sitting and then people not really knowing your songs, and I think that kind of like made Joe Jonas not really into the show as much as I was expecting him to be into it.
Yeah.
And that's understandable because I mean I can't even imagine as an artist, you know, you fly all the way to this city to perform for this crowd and then you realize that
No one's here.
Yeah, no one's here, and a lot of the people weren't really excited. If anything, I feel like some people there probably got the tickets like for free or won them because
Or they were just like, oh, Joe Jonas, Jonas Brothers, maybe he'll play some songs, but no, that's not. No.
Which I do give him props for, not playing like Jonas Brothers music. That way he's like sticking to like his own path.
For sure.
Because it's I mean, I would have loved to play the Jonas Brothers song, but I mean that's not what you're here for.
Yeah. I mean, one day hopefully the Jonas Brothers will be like, hey guys, let's get the little band back in action. I mean, the day that happens, I'm buying tickets front row right there and then. I'm gonna buy like everything I can. But it's like, people have to understand this is a new image, this is a new era, this is a new time in both his and also Nick Jonas and Kevin Jonas's life, that they're doing their own thing, they're separate now. Jonas Brothers is over as of right now, fingers crossed for a reunion, but these guys are on their own paths and they're trying to show people, hey, I'm more than just
the Jonas Brothers.
The Jonas
Yeah,
Brothers.
exactly.
I am an individual person who also can curate more than just a heartfelt ballad or like a poppy breakup song. They're more than that, and I feel like it's great that these guys are all on their own path, doing their own thing, and also just giving music to people that is actually like well received, and it's good to enjoy listening to.
Yeah, but aside from Joe Jonas, the other members of DNCE, they gave a pretty spectacular show.
Oh no.
Oh yeah.
For sure,
Oh, yeah.
without a doubt.
Cole definitely stole the show.
Oh yes.
Oh,
he
yeah.
was such a great energy, honestly.
He was like a ball full of energy. I don't know.
Yeah,
That was
he's literally
crazy.
the Energizer Bunny who keeps on going and going.
He was on another level for sure.
Yeah.
I really love their teamwork and their like little synchronized dances.
Yeah.
Like, it just works so perfectly together.
If you notice, like their outfits itself, like they were so different, but it worked together. Like it made sense. Like even like the drummer, like he was just wearing like a black T-shirt, like super simple, but it still made sense. Like it still made DNC.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the way that each member, I feel like each member collectively complements each other on stage. Like, there was one portion of the show when they would all gather up in like a little huddle, I guess you could say, in the middle, and then they would like disperse. Like, I think that was super cool. Just like, I think their connection with one another is definitely like visible to people, and I think that's a great thing to see.
That's what I really liked. Like, it was like a genuine, like they genuinely like to be with each other.
Yeah.
And it shows through that when they're performing, which is really cool. Because, you know, sometimes with bands, you really don't know what's going on behind the scenes, and sometimes you can tell on stage that they don't get along. So it was nice to see that they actually do get along on stage and off.
Jinju, though.
Oh my gosh, she slays, honestly.
That guitar solo.
Oh my god, her talent is
God.
amazing. Oh,
That is someone who is talented, and she just looks cool doing it, and it's like effortless, which is so awesome.
She's like unapologetic about it, and it's just like, ugh. I absolutely loved her.
I
Yeah.
loved her like hair
Yeah.
flips when she would like do. Oh my god, when she would just play.
You guys catched her doing the little dab, right?
Yeah, she did
I
her
saw
little
that dab. Oh yeah.
I remember Edgardo was like, dude, she just dabbed. I was like, dab on her. Her style, her presence, her like musical skills, like that is someone who is a performer, and I appreciate people who do like they do what they want and they show it in a way that's like so magical.
And I also really like that they were connecting with their audience, because there's so many like artists you go see live and they just completely disregard the audience.
Oh, yeah,
they don't
for sure.
even like pay attention to them. And even Jinju, I saw like I don't know if you guys saw, she kept throwing like her guitar picks at the crowd.
Yeah.
Oh,
Which
yeah.
is it's
I like
small,
that.
but it's like you get excited. Like
I was like,
Yeah.
I wish I could like get one.
Yeah.
And then when they started throwing the t-shirts.
Oh man, I
Oh.
wish I got a
Yeah.
t-shirt.
Joe has like a good arm though.
Yeah!
He
Yes.
throws far.
The first throw wasn't so good though.
He missed it and hit
Oh
the
my
floor,
God.
and he was like, "Let me try again."
That
That was a good one
no.
though. Yeah, the energy with that band is pretty fantastic, to say the least.
Oh yeah.
Their chemistry is definitely evident, and I really appreciate that.
It made me have fun, you know? Like, just seeing them have fun in a way,
Yeah,
it made
for
me
sure.
have fun.
Yeah.
For sure.
I also want to point out that they did perform their newest single that has Rod Stewart on it.
Oh.
Yeah, I
You
really
know,
love that.
I was a young girl. I'm not freaking old. What am I talking about? When I was younger, I always heard that song. If you think I'm sexy?
Yeah.
If you
Think I'm sexy. Growing up, hearing "If You Think I'm Sexy" was just like a normal thing. Like
Yeah.
it's such a classic song to like jam out to. Like I don't know, I grew up listening to older music, and I was glad to see like people of like our time, you know, just go back and bring a song
Oh,
from the
yeah.
past and make it like new and fresh. And like it still sounds fantastic though. It was really great to hear that song live.
I just don't like the people sitting, because like, why are you gonna go to a show if you're just gonna be sitting the entire
Yes.
time?
But
That's
then,
it
like,
made me a little
yeah.
mad.
It's
You
disrespectful.
can't really control it. Probably the only thing I didn't like was the crowd's reaction to like them being there. It was
Yeah.
I don't know, I think the whole cover thing, it wasn't my favorite thing.
That's
It's
true.
not that I didn't like it, it just wasn't my favorite
I don't
part.
mind covers, but when you have like a repertoire of like so many songs and you have like a brand new album that you
Yes.
just released this year,
Yes.
I mean you kind of want to like perform your songs, promote them. I don't know, I have a thing about covers.
Yeah, we came to see DNCE. We
Yeah.
didn't come to see
I'm like,
a
cool,
YouTube singer
you're
that does
singing
covers.
Britney Spears, but
You're-
no, I want to hear some original DNC songs.
I think overall they did really well for what they had, honestly, for that situation.
Yeah,
I
for the
don't know-
situation they were put in, they did a really
Yes.
fantastic job.
I don't know
Yeah.
if I was an artist and I saw that there was no one there, if I would have, you know. I feel like at the same time, if you don't see a lot of people, you aren't as pumped.
They were giving it their all,
Yeah.
honestly.
They gave 100%,
Yes.
or as much as 100% as they could. I'll say that. Yeah.
I don't know, it was cool seeing like a funk pop
Yeah.
rock dynamic in person.
Like,
It was
it's
fun, it
so
was
different.
groovy, yeah.
But that was also cool for me, like to see, because I remember seeing like Joe Jonas and the Jonas Brothers like on Disney Channel, like seeing him on TV, and then seeing him in person, you're kind of like, dang, this is crazy. Like he's actually like right here in front of me.
Yeah, it
That
is
was kinda
crazy.
a surreal moment.
No, it was crazy for me, just like, I was so little when I was like obsessed with like the Joe Bros, and like, I'm now 20, and like I just saw Joe Jonas again.
Yeah.
Like, it's full circle, like I'm in college, like it's insane, so that was pretty fun for me personally. I'm so happy. I was like, childhood memories are alive and well right now.
And we did try to meet them, but that
Oh,
Okay, that's another thing that
I
made me
didn't
bummed
like. Yeah,
out.
I
Yeah.
didn't like that.
we didn't like. I think for the crowd that they had, they could have at least made an effort to
They
meet
could have
some
had a
of us.
small meet and greet.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Real quick.
you.
Yeah, but I don't know.
Or just-
Security was being really weird.
We had to hide from them behind
Yeah, at one
cars.
point.
Yeah, we were on some like secret mission to meet DNCE.
The whole time though, I was kind of like excited because I felt like we had the chance actually, you know?
Yeah.
We did have the opportunity,
Yeah.
but I don't know. I think the people like controlling the fair were just a little too strict.
And let's keep it 100. There were not that many people, not just girls. Like people overall, it was not.
It was not even like 20 people, not even.
Yeah,
like
we
10.
what like 10 at most.
Yeah.
Like literally, we all could have had the opportunity to meet every single member without a single problem, without any issues.
Mhm.
So that was kind of sad in the end. Wish we all
In
got
the
the
end, yeah,
opportunity
but-
to meet them. Hopefully, we can do that. in
Yeah,
the
but
future.
overall, it was a great show.
Yeah,
I
it was a
really
fun
liked
show.
Good
Yeah,
time.
yeah.
Food.
Especially with
Food
you
was
guys.
Food, music,
Yeah.
yeah. It was
Wow.
a great dynamic between us all as well. I think that's what also made the show fun, was that we all collectively had fun together.
Yeah, for sure.
Like, we could have had someone in the group just be a complete Debbie Downer, but that's not how it was. We all were happy and laughing, and we took so many pictures. Like,
way too many.
Wait, let me take a picture of this. It was so funny. Glad that we all went together, because
Oh yeah, for sure.
in the end, it was a great
It was a great
show.
experience.
Yeah, it was
Great
fun.
That will do it for us today. If you guys liked what you heard, you can follow us at desert_wave, or you can follow our individual accounts, which will be linked in the description below. Thank you for listening.